All right, guys, it's your boy ChronicTurbo with ChronicTurbo Reviews. Here we have a 2024 Acura Integra Type-S. As you can see, you got your Type-S badge right there and your Acura logo in front. And it does have a ring around it that lights up red as well, which is actually really nice and really awesome to see. It's better if I could show you that at night, but it's the daytime, sadly. You do have a functional vent up top. You get some heat out of that engine bay. Helps cool things down a little bit, but very aggressive front end. As you can see, you have gloss black right here and on the other side as well. You do have flat black, or satin black if you would like to call it that, going across the bottom lower portion of the grille. But like I said, very mean looking car. You do have these bronze rims. They are 19s, and you do have these huge Brembos up front, nice and red. You have carbon fiber on the mirror caps right here, and you do have a Type-S badge. And I like the fact that it has fender flares. It has that wide body fender flare look to it. It's really nice looking. You have this design right here, this indentation, all done for aero. Made the vehicle more sleek. It slices through the wind a little bit better. You do have black trim across the windows, gloss black on the pillars. Have a white roof. You don't have a black roof, but you don't have a sunroof, so I don't take off any points for that. You do have the tri-tip exhaust, and it's center mounted, and your diffuser is pretty aggressive as well. It's all gloss black. I wish it was carbon fiber, but that would have drove up the price. So let's be honest, we don't need this thing to be more expensive. Do have a carbon fiber spoiler on the back as well, and another illuminated Acura logo. As you can see, that's the light right there. It does illuminate. Just can't see it right now in the daytime, and the vehicle's off. So the Type-S badge, and you have Integra stamped here on the bumper. It is body color, so it's hard to see. Overall, the vehicle's sexy, man. I'm not even gonna lie. The fuel door is huge on this thing, though. That is massive. But everything blends in nicely. The vehicle is meant to look good, but also be understated at the same time. I know its sibling, which is the Honda Civic Type R, is also basically the same car. But this one just adds that extra bit of luxury. Even though I know a lot of people that prefer the Type R over the Type-S, simply because, you know, pay a little bit less money, and it's not so much of a difference that it's really worth it to step up to the Integra, unless you really like Acura that much and what they have to offer. Now, let's go over the dimensions of this vehicle. Overall length is 186 inches. Width is 74.8, without the mirrors, of course. Height is 55.4. Wheelbase, which is between the wheels, we're looking at 107.7 inches, and the curb weight is 3,219 pounds. Ground clearance is 4 inches. Not too bad. Not bad at all. But let's go ahead. We're going to pop the trunk. I'm going to show you what the trunk space is like. Then we're going to pop the hood. I'm going to show you the engine. We're going to talk the specs for up there as well. I'll be right back. All right. We're inside the trunk. Pretty deep. It is a hatchback. Supersized trunk. Actually, you're looking at, in total, 24.3 cubic feet of space. And you still have room to carry 4 passengers on top of that. I say 4 because the middle seat for the rear is actually cup holders. So that is a bummer. But just have 2 kids. You know, nobody, you know, in the state of the economy and everything, you don't need 7 kids. You don't need 5. You don't need 3. Just have 2 and you'll be fine. And none of y'all got friends anyway, I hope. But as you can see, plenty of cargo space. You do have that nice ELS 3D speaker system back here as well. It's the subwoofer. And you do have some LED lights back here. And some more auxiliary speakers. Right there to the side. You have cargo nets on the side as well. Ouch. I just rubbed my leg against the exhaust. That shit is hot. Damn. Sorry I had to interrupt that with that bullshit. But hey, it is what it is. Excuse my language, guys. I'm sorry. I'm a little pouty mouth today. But let's go ahead and pop the hood. And we'll take a good look at the engine. We'll talk the specs for under there as well. All right, here we have a 2-liter VTEC turbo 4-cylinder, making 320 horsepower at 6,500 RPM, 310 pound-feet of torque at 2,600 RPM. Transmission, it is paired with a 6-speed manual with automatic rev matching, and man, this manual transmission is amazing. This is one of the manuals that even if you are a beginner, it is hard to mess up. You can learn on this car, and there's not so much power that you can worry about killing yourself. You know, I tell people, you want to learn a manual transmission and you're scared, start with something that has a 4-cylinder and not a lot of torque. If you go for something like a muscle car, you run the chance of spinning out or anything like that, especially if it's raining outside. So definitely want to start with something a little bit milder on the torque side if you're just not learning the manual, because you're going to overshoot it sometimes, trying to make sure it don't stall out. So this is perfect for that. It is front wheel drive, but it does have a limited slip diff. 0 to 60 is 5.2 seconds. Fuel capacity is 12.4 gallons. It's a beautiful drivetrain. It's built to last. It's all a part of Honda's umbrella at the end of the day. Same engine that's in the Type R. I really can't complain about it. Would it be as reliable as a non-performance Honda or Acura? Probably not. But it's still to be a lot more reliable than many other brands. And as you can see, you got that nice red right there. Very tasteful engine cover. It's a nice place to be. Plenty of space to work. You know, you can mod the hell out of these cars. You can make them a whole lot faster than what they come stock. But we'll talk about that somewhere else. Let's keep this video stock. But let's hop in the back seat. We're going to go over the space back there. Then we're going to hop up front, talk about the materials, features, so on and so forth. All right, we are in the back seat. I did want to sit on the other side, but I forgot my bag was back there. I didn't feel like sliding over. It's very hot. I'm very lazy, so on and so forth. But I'm pretty much not sitting behind myself, but almost. You know, I'm riding a little lower on my side, and I'm a little bit more reclined. But as you can see, I can spread my legs. Still have leg room right here. I'm pretty comfortable. I'm 6'1". I'm a pretty heavy, big guy. Black headliner in here. Do I have headroom? If I sit straight up, my head does touch. But if I slouch a little bit or just relax and recline, it's a little bit better. Red seats, very comfortable. It's all leather. At least for the back seat. At the front, you do have suede and leather. But I'm actually happy back here. Hard touch. Pretty much on the entire door panel, except for this little area where you're going to rest your arm right here. I mean, the materials, it's cheap. I'm not going to lie. Y'all see that flex? Look at that. It's cheap. But you're not buying this car for materials. You're buying it for the type of car that it is, the performance and everything. I don't know why they're honking their horns. They're just doing too much sometimes. That's just my coworkers, y'all. LED lighting in here as well. No vents. Very Spartan interior as far as the rear goes. The real fun is up front. And that's where we're going to go next. So I'll see y'all up there. All right, guys. We are up front in the Acura Integra Type-S. This is the 2024 model. Doesn't really matter for me to say the year because it's the same as the current year. But ELS, Studio 3D surround sound system. Banging sound. It is absolutely amazing. I forgot how many speakers it is. Like I said, my reviews are for the average consumer. Most people are not going to remember half the information I say anyway, so I try not to overload with numbers and specs and all these other things that most people don't care about anyway. Especially consumers for this type of vehicle. You mostly care about the power and the looks and what's going to immediately stand out to you. But I can tell you right now, that sounds amazing. Does it really matter the number of speakers you got? You could have 20 speakers and it sound like crap. This one sounds good. Automatic up down for the driver and front passenger, not for the rear. For this price point, I don't know how to feel about that. Here's your AC vents in here as well. I do like the fact that it's a little bit different from the Civic, that it's not honeycomb, because if you have trypophobia or typophobia, whatever, I forgot what that phobia is. My wife has that shit. If you look at the little holes, it kind of drives you a little bit crazy. But the interior in here is very similar to the Honda Civic. You do have a nice and big glove box. It's not lined with felt, but it is damp. Your center console space, pretty deep, but it's also narrow. So you can put long things, but you can't really put wide things. That's what she said. Red leather. I'm sorry, guys. On the seats, you have Type-S embroidered. Not embroidered. It's kind of stamped in. Can't really see it unless you really pay attention. You do have black suede inserts. You don't have to worry about it keeping it clean too much other than your standard maintenance because it is black. Steering wheel wrapped in suede as well. Do not eat in this car. You will make the steering wheel look really nasty. Trust me. If you dealt with Alcantara, you already know what I'm talking about. Type-S badge right here. Horn, nice size. Nice texture to it. Acura logo. Feels a little cheap. But hey, save money where you can. Vents have a nice texture to it. It's not carbon fiber, but it feels like it's trying to imitate, but it doesn't have the weave texture. So I don't really know what they were trying to do there. Soft touch up here on the dash. I wonder why they do soft touch on the dash, but not the door. I really don't understand when manufacturers do that. This is also soft touch going right here on the passenger side, but this is all hard touch on the driver's side. So I guess, I let them pass on that. Door material is pretty much the same for the front as they are for the rear, but you do have soft touch on the door for the front up top. And you do have this silver trim for the speaker system, hard touch at the bottom. So more soft touch materials for the front than for the rear. Of course, up top, you do have more of those speakers for the speaker system. I'm telling you, the thing is banging. It is nice. Have your LEDs as well, your sunglass holder. You don't have a sunroof in here. It's a whole structural thing, to not have a sunroof on the vehicle. And the ride quality is solid in here. It really is. But let's go ahead. Let's start it up. I'm gonna let you hear how the engine sounds. Okay, now we're back. You do have a 10.2 digital gauge cluster for the driver display, and you do have a 9-inch touchscreen over here for your infotainment center. Decent size, very nice clarity. As you know, it's very sharp, as with most Hondas. Let me go ahead and throw it in reverse. Camera quality, you do have trajectory and guidance lines, so that is nice as well. Go ahead and take it out of reverse. Shifter, metal, so it does get hot. Be very careful if you leave this out in the sun. You don't have like what they call the shit, the sunscreen or whatever that you put in the windshield. If you don't have one of those, you will burn your hand. But electronic parking brake, I do miss having a manual one, but it's electronic. I guess it's fine. It does its job just the same. You do have a wireless charger right here as well. And that is pretty much it for this vehicle, other than the gloss black that's going down here that's going to get fingerprints. That's it, guys. You already know what a Honda Civic looks like. It's pretty much the same thing in here with a little bit of upgrade here and there. But I love you guys. Please like, comment, follow, or subscribe, depending on if you're watching this on YouTube or TikTok. And let's run it back with another one. Peace.